Hello, friends and neighbors. Swaggy Man Piper, 1926 here. Yeah. Two in a week. That's just in the same. Yeah, it's crazy. But I call it a tutorial or a not. Yeah, not even a tutorial or instructional. But I'm not sure what you'd really call these because everything is just based on opinion. You know, essentially, it's just another my thoughts um, on technique of how to load one's pipe, how to pack it. But I figured I'd show you a couple things today. Now, what we have here is a coin, or what folks call a coin. Um, Obviously, because it's flat, it looks like a coin. But there's two, well, somewhat three, but I'm going to show you a couple ways how to essentially load these. Now, some people say all you have to do is just kind of fold it in half and, maybe another time, and hold it with fingers. And what I would do, if you can see, is just kind of spin it around a little bit. Just kind of spin it in there. I've got a paper towel here to catch stuff. Or a lot of people will take and, obviously you're not going to break up something like that, but kind of do one of these. And if I have the time in the moment, I will just kind of work it in between my fingers. And you should get a little bit of a tobacco ball like that, which is always good for lighting purposes. And you just kind of back that little jewel on top. And of course, your bowl may vary. So I don't know if you can see, but I can fit a little more in there, which I will. Got some stuff here in the bag, and this stuff was gifted to me by Paladin Pat. See, it's already broken up. Just kind of let that fall in there. Not really pushing hard. I mean, take some out. You don't wanna overly push down. Good draw. And I'll tell you what, flakes or coins, one or both for the most part. Anything that's not necessarily just super, pre-broken up, loose kind of stuff. Depending on the moisture level, you can pack it too tight. And I know I mentioned that yesterday, but if it's super wet, if the flake or the coin is not even super wet, but wet where it doesn't break, where it just bends, it all bends. That's some wet stuff. And you don't want to pack that tight at all, because you most likely will not light it. You see, it's a bit difficult to light, but you'll want to probably pull that out and rework it again in your hands to break it up finer if you can. And or let it set and let it dry a little bit. Now, normally, if I'm on the road and I don't have a table or a whatever to sit there and rub it out and let it dry, and way that I cheat, which is not exactly a recommendation, is you have a pick tool, essentially one should, or a check tool, and I just take for granted that most folks do, but some may not. If you take the pick, the little thin piece, and shove it in there and kind of make your own little air holes, it will eventually take. And there's some relights to that, but there's going to be relights if it's super wet anyway, or if it's moist anyway. So, yeah. So that's a little bit of information I can give you on that. This is my Peterson Dairy B10. Probably one of my favorite shapes from Peterson. That's not just a simple bend like the 68 or 69 shapes, which in my mind are just they're the iconic bent pipe for myself. Now, some people prefer the lighter bend, kind of come out like this, and a little bend, and some don't even like a bend. There's some folks out there that don't care for one, which is fine. I'm not trying to point you to one way or the other, but again, in my opinion. So, I before making the video, so before turning this on, got a phone call from my wife. She said, and she's at school, she said, "My class has a message for you." I said, "Okay." And you heard some of the kids pop up and say, "Russell put his pants on backwards." Russell's pants is backwards. Folks, I'm just tickled the boys are wearing pants right now. Let alone if it's backwards. And that's what I'm going to tell them too. Because they're the slip-on pants, no button. They just slip up, and they're kind of the dressy, what's the word? Khakis pants. So, you folks hang tight, and I'm going to grab a match and a coat and a hat, and boys like this sucker. Alright, folks. Match. Now, if you can get you some long stick matches, That match was about twice as long as this little stem. I am cheap and I am tight. My wife will tell you in a heartbeat. So we kind of pack that down with our finger again, like we did on the last video. Finger, tamper, whatever suits you. Actually, if you can have stuff dry enough, like apparently that flake was, or the coin was, you may not have to do a second light. I'm not going to say you won't have to, but you may not. So, let's see. There we go. I gotta figure out a blind or park the van closer. I was going to try and do something actually outside, but I've let time get away from me, so I actually have to leave here soon for work, which is why I'm in the van and not elsewhere. But, see? Back. Okay, now I've let it go out. So, like I said, cheap. I squeak when I walk. You take your little, what would be considered a regular size matchstick, just about, and your handy dandy Zippo lighter, or lighter of choice, I should say. I think not everybody cares for them, but I do. Alrighty. So, there we go. Alright, you all see the nice white ash? That's definitely there. Because that made it better. The, that washed me out, didn't it? So, hopefully, help somebody. I'm not a great educator. I'm not, I don't do exactly what everybody else does. I'm sure I do it different. And, but hopefully that'll help somebody out there. This is your pipe. It's your tobacco. If you're new, I'm just trying to help. I recommend you go out and watch more of them, more how-to videos. They'll probably do it different than me, and that's fine. You try the one, or you try them all. Use what suits you the best. Because at the end of the day, it's just you, your pipe, and your choice of tobacco. Incidentally, smoking Dobby four square circles, which I just found out a little bit before I started trying to record this, that I don't think they're in production anymore. Or at least Pipe and Cigars don't have them. I don't know. I never tried any of it. This is it was a sample that I got from Pat. I think I said that. But it's actually not that bad. I would, I believe I would actually put that neck and neck with the Peter Stokkebye's slices, round. Yeah, Peter Stokkebye makes some Navy rolls. Peter Stokkebye's Navy rolls, something like that. Look up Peter Stokkebye. It's something rolls, I think. Anyway, it's Virginia Perique, and there's a black Cavendish little center. They're pretty well neck and neck. They share the number 2 spot in my I'm sorry, the number 3 spot in my, what would my choosing be? Just right above Escudo and right below Peterson's Navy Rolls. But my top spot would probably be the New Minster. I think it's 403. It's got more Kentucky in it, and it is super delicious. Well, folks, I have babbled on enough. Almost 18 minutes. My Lord, I am so sorry. You folks take care of yourselves. Have a happy Thanksgiving, because I probably won't see you again until Monday. Y'all take care of yourselves. And remember, kindness costs us nothing.